A deal between two regions forming ever closer ties.
It's very significant. China it's the world's biggest LNG importer, maybe second to Japan sometimes, but it will clearly overtake Japan in the next few years. It's the growth market.
And that growth market is one that Qatar, among the world's largest LNG exporters, is keen to tap into, signing its second major gas supply deal with a Chinese state-owned company in less than a year. This one, a 27-year agreement with China National Petroleum Corporation for 4 million metric tons of liquefied natural gas per year.
The second portion really was the award of a 1.25% equity portion in phase one of the Qatar North Field East LNG expansion. That expansion will add a total of 32 million tons per year from 2026. So CNPC now, alongside Sinopec and some of the big Western majors, including Total, now own an equity portion in that project.
And for Qatar, this latest deal allows the Gulf nation to lock in demand for nearly 3 decades, at a time when much of the world is trying to move away from fossil fuels.
For China, this is really strategic too, because they have now 2 state companies involved in the first phase of the LNG expansion in Qatar.
The Chinese economy will presumably continue growing and developing over this time. Its use of gas today is a very small share of total Chinese energy. I mean, it's still colossal, but as a share of the total, it's small. So there's a lot more room for gas to expand its use in China.
And while there's likely to be more LNG deals between China and the Gulf going forward, Beijing will benefit financially from its ability to sign much longer agreements than European countries that have struggled to replace Russian gas in the wake of the conflict in Ukraine.
Europe needs LNG now, but it doesn't think it will need it increasingly in the 2030s and 2040s. I think that's probably mistaken. I think Europe will probably find it does need gas, but anyway, that's the position that they've taken.
For now, though, the LNG deal between Qatar and China is yet another example of the Gulf region's pivot east, with China expected to make up a large chunk of its oil and gas exports in the decades ahead.